Namaste, everyone. Merry Christmas, Kala Christugina, Feliz Navidad, and if you're among my Jewish listeners, Happy Hanukkah. This is a wonderful time of year when people want to give the best they can, and they will drive themselves nuts trying to find that perfect gift. And I know that, we have been a little brainwashed to thinking that our affection for each other comes in material things. But material things lose their luster after a very, very short time. The more you watch advertisements telling you that you'll be happy, popular, and doing really well if you buy, um, they're not telling the truth, of course. And, that kind of excitement over getting something new only lasts maybe a week. And then you're left with the bill and the interest and everything else. So I would strongly recommend that this is the time of year where you really want to think about what it is that you're giving and really what is the true essence and importance of giving. Giving is part of being a human being. It is important. It helps us to connect with others. The most important thing that we can give one another is empathy. It is so good to be able to walk in another person's shoes and see life through their eyes and be able to give them an understanding, compassion, and attention, so that if they need to express themselves, if they need to purge themselves of feelings and ideas and experiences that damage them, that we would be the person that is willing to listen and to empathize, not to give advice, not to tell them how to fix it, because you cannot fix anybody else's life. You can only listen. And that is another gift, the gift of listening, because so often people are not listening. They are just waiting for your mouth to stop moving so they can jump in and say whatever they're thinking. So listening is seriously important. Compassion, another thing to give, another way of being in this world where you have compassion for other human beings. Years ago, I talked about the fact that we are all energy and we're all part of the same energy. So, what we do to another, we actually do to the primordial soup that we are all part of. So, if we want to elevate consciousness, and if we want to elevate our place and our evolvement on this planet, then the most important thing we can do is give compassion, empathy, acknowledgement, and here's a tough one for many: forgiveness. That is something that so many people, once they feel like they've been wronged, it is very, very hard to forgive. And yet, when you can forgive someone else for whatever the indiscretion was, you are freeing yourself. You are helping yourself and your heart and your mind to move on, because you can get stuck. You can be a prisoner in your own mind. You can get stuck in your mind's prison of what happened yesterday or a week ago or 5 years ago and still be holding on to that. And who does it hurt? It hurts you. It doesn't help the planet. It doesn't cause the other person to regret anything. They don't even know you're mad at them. And who does it hurt? It hurts you. So giving is a beautiful, beautiful, and essential thing. But the things that we give are not of a material, not the most important things are not material. They are ideas, they are emotions, they are considerations. Sometimes guidance is what is asked for. And if you can look inside your heart and soul and give a little bit of guidance, that is a beautiful thing. Acknowledgement. So many people work so hard, and all they need is a little bit of acknowledgement to really inspire them to do the best job that they possibly can. And another thing that is really a good thing to give is your time. Time is precious. You know, everybody thinks they have a long time to be here. And yet, if you look, time seems to be speeding up. So when you devote time to another individual, to listen, to absorb what they're saying, and to be a sounding board for them so that they can get their feelings out and get their thoughts out, and to help themselves heal by recognizing what they're holding onto that is no longer serving them. That is one of the most beautiful and precious gifts that you can give anyone. Now, when it comes to sexual pleasure, and that's my thing, I mean, I think sex is the greatest thing that we human beings have on this planet. And quite honestly, we would not be here if it wasn't for sex. Now, some people have turned it into a weapon, and other people have used it for all the wrong reasons. But if you think about it, the greatest gift that we give ourselves is orgasm. Orgasm has so many benefits, physically, psychologically, and otherwise. And if we weren't meant to have that kind of pleasure, our body wouldn't have the parts and the erogenous zones and the mental capacity to enjoy it. But we do. Now, when it comes to giving to yourself, it's really a good idea to take care of yourself. Charity begins at home. And if you love yourself, don't be embarrassed about your body. Don't be embarrassed about your needs. Take care of yourself so that you are not psychologically and physically starving to death. But when it comes to your relationship with another, the best way to be there is with an attitude of giving. Give to that person the consideration, the care, and the time that you would like them to spend on you. And if you approach lovemaking with that kind of giving attitude, your lovemaking will improve, your relationships will grow stronger, and you will have the joy that comes from sincerely giving. Giving is such an important part of being alive. And if all we do is take, it leaves us feeling very, very empty. But if we acknowledge that we have gifts, and that we want to share our gifts, and that we want to help others live their best life, and if they happen to be in our path when they are in need, and you have what they need, whether it's a smile, whether it's an embrace, whether it's just an ear to listen, those are really important things. And they are part of the best things that human beings can give one another. Giving is the essence of being a spiritual person. And when you give unselfishly, it is the most wonderful, satisfying experience for yourself. It's almost a little selfish to say you want to give. I mean, even if you just give a compliment, a sincere compliment, of course. But if someone needs you and they need someone to lift them up, it is not a toy that is going to make that happen. It is a consideration. It is a gesture of consideration. And awareness of that person. And when you put all of that together and spread that kind of joy wherever you go, the world becomes a better place wherever you go. If all of us could do that today, Sunday, every day, the world would be a better place. Don't make Christmas just one day a year. Make it every day. Give every day of your heart, of your soul, of your essence. And remember that you are unique. Your talents are unique. And what you have is something that somebody needs. So be willing to share, because that's the best part about being a human being. I want to thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a blessed holiday, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, celebrate it with joy. Give lots and lots of hugs to the people that you love. Give time and consideration to those who need it, and life will be improving for all of us every single day. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful holiday season. Namaste, everyone. Take really good care of yourselves, and see you next week. Bye for now.